Hey everyone, it's Shara from Shara Made Crochet. I am back for another video. First of all, I just wanted to say hi and welcome to everyone out there who might be watching. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to hear me ramble on about what I have been up to. So yeah, thank you. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a WIP video. I only have WIPs. I don't have any. Oh no, you know what? I have a couple of finished objects. Hold on. Okay, so I do have a couple of finished objects, but the main point of this video is the two WIPs that I have going on. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the finished objects. They're just hats from my Addie knitting machine. Yeah, that's all it is. Here they are. This is Lion Brand Pound of Love in like a turquoisey color. And I made it extra long so that you can have either a slouch or a folded up beanie. I happen to like this look a lot better than the slouch, but everybody's different and preferences for everyone are different. So that's what I've gotten done. I am on a bit of a hat kick. I did purchase some yarn specifically so that I could make hats like this, but with a contrasting color to go with, because turquoise is great and all, but this is a pretty bright color, and not a lot of people, or I don't want to say not a lot, but sometimes people tend to go for the darker looks or a little bit more modern looks. So yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you my WIPs. Both of them are blankets. The first blanket is called the Desert Dunes, Desert Dunes blanket by MJ's Off the Hook Crochet. I've always loved this designer's sense of style, and when I saw it, it like made me feel very inspired to make some. So I'm gonna be making, I don't know, we'll see, probably quite a few. I am using a 6mm crochet hook, and this is Pound of Love in Cherry and Antique White. And as you can see, I've had this in my stash for a few years now, and this I bought on Sunday. And you can kind of tell that the yarn is a little bit different because the Antique White, which is the newer version of Pound of Love, it's plush. It's definitely a thicker yarn than before. So for this, like the Cherry Red, I could probably have gone down to a 5.5 or a 6 and still get a pretty decent, like it would feel comfortable, whereas with the Antique White, it would kind of feel really tight. Anyways, it's neither here nor there. But here it is. And as you can see, I've got some ends to weave in, and I already wove in some ends here. This is a paid for pattern, by the way. I really love mosaic crochet patterns like this. And I've got, Oh, so I said that it's a paid for pattern, but you know, she does have a YouTube tutorial that if you wanted to follow along, you felt pretty confident in this style of crochet, you probably could make the blanket for free. So I'll leave a link in the description box for both the paid for pattern and the YouTube link. But anyways, this is what I've got going on, and it's got a mixture of solid and mosaic overlay. I don't know if it's mosaic overlay or if it's just mosaic crochet. I've come to know it as mosaic crochet, and it's just a mixture of single crochet and double crochet in the front loop only. Yeah, so there is that. I'm really liking how it's going so far, and when it is done, I will probably donate it because it's a lot. It's not as big as I thought it was going to be, or wide. I even used a larger crochet hook, and it's coming out to be baby blanket size. So she does give you these stitch multiples, so I'll just have to work out my stitch multiples. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, that's the first project. Project number 2 is a blanket that I'm making for my son. About a week before school started, we start school in August here. I took him to Hobby Lobby, and he's so chill. He's totally fine with letting me take my time in the yarn sections. Anyways, I took him with me, and I asked him if there was like anything that caught his interest in yarn, that I basically, what did he want me to make a blanket out of? And he immediately reached out, like no hesitation, and picked this Luciana yarn. As you can see, it is very fluffy. And I'm not going to lie, I wasn't too thrilled that he picked it, but he did pick it, and he seemed pretty happy with the colors too, or like the purple color and everything too. I wanted to double check and make sure that purple was the color that he wanted. This was the yarn that he wanted. And last time I showed this, I had every intention of knitting the blanket with this yarn, but I didn't get past I didn't even get past the cast on row before I gave up, because it was, I don't really know how to explain it, but it was torture to knit with it. Thankfully, it wasn't that bad to rip out or even crochet. So I have begun the crochet. I'm using an 8mm crochet hook. Okay, I'm using an 8mm crochet hook. And this is, all the ends are not woven in at all. This is what I've got so far. Looks pretty hefty, but it's not quite big enough yet. This is exactly as wide as I want it to be. It's going to fit, I want him to grow into it. So I need it to be big. I need it to be a little bit bigger. And This is 9 skeins in, or 9 balls in. And probably in a couple of weeks, I'll grab some more yarn so that I can continue working on it. I have no idea how long it's going to, or how much yarn it's going to take. But, I mean, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. He did see it when I was first starting to work on it, and it was really cool because he started petting it and he had a big old smile on his face. So I know that that he's going to like the blanket when it's done. It's also heavy, and I'm really, really hoping that I can have it ready by the time that it starts getting cold, so he can use it with or use it for the winter time, because it's definitely not a summertime blanket. It's super heavy, but I like it. I'm very grateful that it's easy to pull out, and I'm very grateful that it's not as bad as I thought it would be to crochet. If I had come up with the same problems in crochet as I did with knit, I probably would have gone back to Hobby Lobby and attempted to pair it with another yarn in a similar color. So that way basically I would work 2 strands and then I'd use like a larger hook or something. But it all worked out, and hopefully soon he'll have his blanket. So anyways, that's it for now. Just a couple of WIPs and a few hats. I guess I'll end it here. Thank you all for joining me, and until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.